I see the sky without eyes, not by light, not by night's mercy, but by that weight that falls upon the soul. When a man at last sits down and lays his ear against the breast of the earth, that is where everything begins. Not as vision, not as idea, not as named greatness, but as that deep beating the hurried ear cannot catch, nor the eye that wants to feed on brightness. But only the man who has stayed long enough under the world's weight to know that weight, after living long enough in us, begins to turn into sound. That is why I know infinity without seeing it. Not because it has no end, but because it is rich beyond ending, like water under stone unseen, and still keeping the earth alive. I listen to the earth with eyes that cannot be filled, to bread when it breaks upon the table and holds the house together more firmly than men's speeches, to the mother's name when it is spoken low, not because it is small, but because it is holy, to the flag when it does not move to be seen, but stands upright, like a womb that will not accept shame, to the threshold, bearing the weight of arrival and departure without asking for eyes, to the living things that cannot make a sound and still carry life as pain's cleanest proof, to the mountains which do not teach us pride but measure, to the sea which does not answer because it carries questions older than we are, to the stone which has learned not to fall, even when hearts want to fall. Often we wander, like sleepers on their feet. Now a man walks with a screen in his hand as with a false lantern. He lifts it to his face, not to see deeper, but to keep from looking into his own dark. That little light fills his eye, not his heart.
And still I lay my ear upon the earth,
because the earth does not applaud.
It holds
the bones, it holds the seed, it holds the father's sweat, it holds the mother's prayer, it holds the trace of the one who refused to become smaller than the word he carried. It holds too the shame of the one who sold himself. The earth does not confuse, it does not forget. This is how I hear history. Not as a parade of names, not as a calendar of kings, but as one long beating under the stones of a ground, not wholly undone, not by iron, not by fear, not by sleep.
There I hear an Albanian man,
not when he cheers, when he holds,
when he shares the bread,
when he does not carry mud across the threshold, when he speaks the mother's name low, when he lets the flag stand upright like a wound,
not as a thing for sale,
when he understands that honor is not noise, but weight, born without witnesses. There is a silence that is a grave. There is a silence that is God. Neither speaks. There is a kind of listening that does not let you lie. There, the sky judges without showing itself. The mountain bears upon its back what centuries left standing. The sea asks, without waiting for an answer. And I know that its end is not where the world ends, but where man, at last, can bear to listen.
Then they come close enough to touch
The earth,
the bread,
the womb,
the silence,
and that last sound,
which others call darkness,
while beneath it, something without a name
has laid its ear
upon us. The earth does not applaud. It holds. It holds.